Hop in the whip and I hit these switches, see that chrome suspension. Look at the car, you know who did it, I don't have to mention. They know it's Alex from Hoppos. Custom work come from Hoppos. I'm Rob Taylor 504. For anybody that gotta know, Alex stay with fresh content and he keep it coming like a slideshow. Never cut corners far as I know, but he cut metal with his eyes closed. Control arms, reinforced frames, still killing the game. You see the gun smoke from it.
What's up, guys? How are you? Good morning. We are here bright and early today, and well, we actually beat everyone here. Just myself and Vic here so far as of right now, but we are getting started on right when he sees me filming. He starts banging on crap. Obviously we know Vic's here, so we are gonna get started on today. Obviously shipping, we gotta get shipping done, so we just printed everything out right now. We're gonna get everything going over there. Vic's gonna start packing stuff up. The guys are gonna be coming in shortly after to help him out because it's been really hectic. We do appreciate all you guys that are supporting and trusting in us. And also, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys drop in a like, a subscribe, do all that. I do appreciate that. That makes things a lot better for me. That'd be great if you guys could do that, so I do appreciate that. Today's agenda, we have a lot of material to cut up. We have approximately, I believe it was 11 20-foot sticks of 2-inch material, which is right there. And well, we already started cutting a few days ago, but it kind of you need to dedicate someone to sit here because the pieces are so long they fall off. So we've been cutting a piece here, a piece there, and we're getting to the final steps. We only have about 2 or 3 pieces left here, and then we gotta finalize all this stuff. What we're cutting here is actually gonna be our displays for SEMA. Being that we're virgins to SEMA, this is all new to us. We don't know anything about it. And we are the first ones to say that this is crazy, it's hectic. I'm sure you guys all see like SEMA builds going on. Well, you see shops doing like a SEMA build and they're stressing out. Well, try this. 2 SEMA builds, plus getting ready for SEMA. And then 2 weeks after SEMA is actually Lowrider show. So we got all that to cram into these next few months, plus still get production and shipping and our standard stuff out that we do every single day. We're not gonna be sleeping much. And well, it looks like we're gonna have an order ready here for pickup right now. We got a customer coming in to pick all these up. So these are gonna go up front right now because we're gonna do all of our wheel count up front. And now we gotta get going on this. So we're just gonna set up the welder. Welder's already over here. I'm gonna actually build this on the floor. I hate working the floor, but we don't have a table big enough for this, and well, it's gonna work because it's clean. So well, here we go. We're gonna get the camera set up real quick and we'll get this all time lapse for you guys.
Yeah. Let's get it. Take a wreck, so HG, you already know I'm coming. Let's get it.
It's lit. Just take a look at the drip. You boys don't get flyer in this. Roll a dope, yeah, I'm high as a bitch. Wait, it's lit. Get that little bitch a little tip. Now she wanna suck on the dick. She wanna catch all of the drip. Pull up and I'm loading the clip. New bitch, yeah, stay on my hip. Niggas talking, they not with this shit. Catch a body, you might just get hit. But lately been all about drip. New designer, just look at the fit. And I just blew a bag on my bitch. You got clout, but you don't got the drip. You get money, that's some type of myth. I can blind you, bitch, look at the wrist. For that bag and I might take a risk. Don't get crushed cause you care about a bitch. Pass the Henny, I'm tryna get lit. Tryna get out my body and shit. Fuck around and start bodying shit. Remember nights we was starving and shit. You my brother, I got you, that's it. We can never fall out by the bitch. We was swimming with sharks and them fish. In the field with them lions and pitch. Sweaty niggas be lying and shit. Talking money, don't buy their own shit. Baby mothers be buying them shit. You not lit, you depend on the bitch. Swear to God, man, I'm clever as shit. Still can trap any weather I'm in. Throw me working, I'm making it flip. With a whipping, you might just get sick. Throw me extra, you know we gon' win. Getting money, I've been doing.
So good morning, guys. As you guys saw through a little time lapse right there, well, we're working on the SEMA displays. And well, like all good things, we're gonna have to kind of put that guy on pause right now because I just wanted to get the whole template set up as far as the main framing and the base stands on these guys. I wanted to make sure we had enough material, which obviously we did. We ended up with 1 full stick, which surprised me. That means our measurements were dead on. So Ended up with one full stick. We got 4 tacked together. I already designed the wheel plates, which are right here. Let me grab those and show you guys. So here's a little wheel plates. You can see we kind of did a little 2-inch notch out right here. That way these fit right to the edge, buzz them up. The wheels will bolt in. We have to send all these out for powder coat, so we got a big stack. We obviously got to weld them on first, get the whole thing welded up, do all the design and cosmetic stuff, because this is just the main base. This is what's going to be holding all the product. So we still got to make this look fancy, because this looks boring. It's just square tube. So we're going to get it dressed up, which means we got to order a lot more material, because each one is going to take 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to estimate about 5 4x8 3/16 sheets. So 5, 10, 15, 20. We're going to need a minimum of 20 4x8 sheets for this. So we're going to have to order that in. That's why we want to kind of get everything dressed up here real quick and get the main base plan or layout. That way we know how much material we need to order. And well, it looks like Airlift finally delivered the front struts, which obviously you guys have known that I haven't really been able to make a video on this because the stuff's been kind of so sporadic, but they are here. So update on this SEMA build. This one is gonna finally have the air struts be put in. Honestly, I'm probably not gonna film that like I mentioned last time. If you guys watched the last video, it's literally 3 bolts. There's not much science to it. It's like boom, tighten, good, done. All right, next step. But I will show you guys the trunk setup eventually. We are waiting on a few final touches from Universal Air. Hopefully we'll be blessed enough to grab one of the new fancy tanks. That's still in the works, obviously not yet. And I don't even know if I'm allowed to show it yet. So we'll see. I still have to talk to Zach and the guys over there, but hopefully we do get that here soon. Now we are back onto another project here. And if you guys scroll back a very long time, you guys will see a nice 4-pump gravity fed setup in a red 62 from Texas. Well, we finished that guy. And when we finished it, the customer ended up deciding he wanted to just tear it back apart because he wanted to go full on show with it. So we linked them over with the guys over at CNC, Mario and the crew over there. You guys know about them. You guys know I talk about them a lot because those are literally one of the few guys that I really trust. Probably if not the only guys that I really trust with a full on build like that. They are honest, they're hardworking, and they do great freaking work. So we teamed up with them, and this frame's kind of been sitting here for a while now because of how busy we were. And with everything going on with the whole COVID stuff, you know, stuff happens, situations happen, and the frame got put on hold. But we had just recently pulled this down. This is one of the next projects we're gonna be jumping on, and let me show you what we're doing. A while back, we actually tacked this whole frame together in our old shop, and we did a whole time-lapse video on it. This is actually using our Canadian frame kit here, and with a few modifications that we added. We're dressing it all up and we changed up a few things, but the main base of this is our Canadian frame kit that we offer on the website. But we are finally back on it now that we got the green light. Well, we've actually had the green light. We've actually been on hold with it just because of how busy we are, but we are making progress here. So I'm going to show you guys some stuff, but I want you guys to be open-minded about this because, again, I've talked about this in the past. The welds that we do for a molding edge versus a finishing weld is completely different. So I'm going to show you guys. Now, these aren't production finished welds. These are, I'm going to call them shit welds. These are shit welds. The reason we do that is we crank our wire speed up and we actually build up a very high edge, way more than we need all the way across. And we do that way we could actually grind down and bring a perfect 90 edge. So a lot of times you're gonna look at these welds and you're gonna be like, man, those don't really look that nice. But once we go and grind and actually finish this, our goal for this frame is to be one of the sharpest frames out there. When I say sharpest, I'm not talking about like dang, that's sharp. I'm talking about sharp, like physically sharp. I want a full solid 90-degree edge. The customer had kind of mentioned it and brought it up, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So he was willing to wait the little extra time for us to put the extra effort into this, because molding a frame, for those of you guys that have done it, isn't quick. It takes time, it takes patience, and it's not easy. It's a lot of labor intensive work. But putting a whole frame wrap together and welding it is actually very easy compared to getting a 90-degree edge. Talking about like a nice sharp 90-degree, obviously this is a 90, but look how sharp this is, because this tunnel actually has a slight little degree to it here. It still has a nice sharp edge. You can see from this section here, which are still welded, we haven't hit this section yet. Same thing with here, we haven't hit here yet. But if you look at to the section that I hit last night, look at right here. These are all sharp 90-degree edges. This still isn't the final sand. This is just a breakdown sand. You can see there's areas I still gotta come in and touch up right here. I gotta do about a 1/4 inch fill in right here to bring this edge to blend into here. Most people don't spend this much time on a frame, but we do, just because we want this to look really, really great. This is gonna be fully displayed on in a show coming up, hopefully 2022. This car could start showing. The body's already looking really fresh and good over there at CNC, but look at this edge right here. No Bondo here. A lot of guys will bring this edge and get this edge in Bondo, but we want to get it all in metal, for one, to obviously show our skills and what we can do, but also to show our frame kit in the works. Like I said, we did do a few touch-up stuff. A lot of our frame kits come for factory frames, but if you notice, kind of like these little sections, these are just little fill-in gaps that we're going to come in, just weld up, and grind them smooth, which people are going to look at there and be like, yeah, you should have made a whole plate. But in the computer, that thing's already pre-cut, so making 2 little plates is actually faster than making a whole new piece. If you see those pieces there, obviously it doesn't look so, you know, hot right now. Don't mind this piece. I actually broke this one off on tacks yesterday, but I'll get that back tacked up. But this side section actually had a whole bunch of seams as well, and we're actually blending those in. That way it looks continuous and smooth all the way through. So again, don't judge these welds for what they are here, because this ugly weld, when I'm saying ugly, it's just really big because I actually wanted to get this transition very smooth. So the reason we weld this all differently is because it's all about the transitions. Same thing here. I actually get these guys slightly wider than I want. That way I could get the 4-inch grinding disc in here and blend this smooth. That way it has a nice transition from this piece to this piece. So all this, not only do you have to weld it, but you have to think about how you're welding it and the type of weld. So every few steps in here, I normally go and actually change the machine settings to either add more wire, less heat, you know, less wire, depending on the section of the frame that we're on. So this is almost finished. We got, let me stand back here. This is probably a little over a 4, probably say close to a 5-foot section that's almost done. But this took me all day yesterday to bring this to where I wanted it, and I was happy with about 8 hours on just this section, not including the whole tack job and getting everything together. Then we still got to come in and do a final sand, which a final sand we're gonna actually finesse this a lot more. I have to estimate here, I'm gonna estimate roughly about 80 hours into this frame, into the actual molding section. So probably overall about 100 hours into this frame before we actually start bolting the rear end and the front arms. The rear end is one beefy sucker. This is a Lincoln Versailles rear end that we had converted and changed into a full crazy looking rear end. This will be added onto this frame with some really cool arms that we've built as well. You guys will see that eventually in these videos, but I want to show the progress on this one because, well, I want you guys to see that it takes time to do this stuff. Stuff is done overnight, and if it's done overnight, it probably doesn't look so hot, honestly. This one takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. My back is killing me today, but we're gonna actually be hitting this back section today. I'm gonna actually time lapse this because yesterday I was just I was gun-ho on this. I didn't want to be interrupted. I wanted to make sure I was able to get this going the way I had envisioned in my mind before I started filming anything. But it actually started working out very good. Again, had about 8 hours into it yesterday. Today I'm expecting at least another 4 to 6 on this back small section here. And here we go. Oh, by the way, got the tripod here because I'm just gonna time lapse this because there's no way I'm gonna be able to film this whole thing with 8 hours of footage. It's just gonna be way too hard to edit. So I'm just gonna time lapse it to make things a lot easier for myself, and so I can still continue to work on here and not have to go back and forth and edit.
It's lit. Just take a look at the drip. You boys don't get flyer than this. Roll a dope, yeah, I'm high as a bitch. Wait, it's lit. Get that little bitch a little tip. Now she wanna suck on the dick. She wanna catch all of the drip, drip, drip. Pull up and I'm loading the clip. New bitch, yeah, stay on my hip. Niggas talking, they not with this shit. Catch a body, you might just get hit. But lately been all about drip. New designer, just look at the fit. And I just blew a bag on my bitch. You got clout, but you don't got the drip. You get money, that's some type of myth. I can blind you, bitch, look at the wrist. For that bag, and I might take a risk. Don't get crushed, cause you care about a bitch. Pass the Henny, I'm tryna get lit. Tryna get out my body and shit. Fuck around and start bodying shit. Remember nights we was starving and shit. You my brother, I got you, that's it. We can never fall out by the bitch. We was swimming with sharks and them fish. In the field with them lions and pitch. Sweaty niggas be lying and shit. Talking money.
So guys, as you can tell here, a little sweaty. We're a little dirty because we just been non-stop on this guy. Since pretty much the time lapse, I've been just going at it. Solid 6 hours on this guy today. I'm very excited for the progress. You guys are probably gonna look at it and be like, you spent 6 hours on what? But let me show you guys real quick. So here's the frame as it sits right now. You guys look here. We got this guy almost 100% straight. There's a little wave in there. I see it just a little bit, but this guy is sharp. Been grinding away at it. Got it as smooth as possible. The inside's not completely done. It's still rough cut right now. The outside's almost done on this side over here. So this whole rail along here, top, both sides are pretty much fully molded. We're working our way here. I don't like doing the corners until the very, very end, so I'll leave that till the end. But got the whole top section all nicely molded away. And I still got a low spot right there. You can see the dark. I got a low spot there, so I gotta build that back up. Gotta take it down, but it is getting there. Very, very excited for this. It is one of my favorite frames so far. It's kicking my ass, I'll tell you that, but look how straight it is. Oh man, I'm tired. Really, really tired.